Good morning. Good morning. Welcome to our second day of our annual symposium on community safety and policing. We are so glad each of you are here. To all of our in-person attendees, thank you for traveling from wherever you came to arrive. To all of our virtual attendees, we know you're taking time out of your busy days as well. So I'd like to acknowledge everyone here. Also would like to acknowledge Duran Banks, Kevin Strom, Elise Kratzer for your visionary leadership and just extraordinary organization bringing this together for us all. My name is Stacy Cutbush Starseed, and I have the distinct privilege of leading RTI's Violence Prevention and Harm Reduction Research Program. You had the opportunity to hear from many folks from that team both yesterday, and you will hear from many more of them today. Yesterday, for those of you who were not able to attend yesterday, we had a series of exemplary panel presentations. One of them was focused on best practices in health and wellness for our public safety workforce, another on responses to victimization, and a third involving drug overdose deaths and increased community safety and public coordination around that. Today, we have several additional fantastic panels lined up for you. The first one will be focused on looking at relationships between police, law enforcement, and community-based organizations to reduce fire or community violence, rather. A second panel we have lined up for you will be looking at modeling human behaviors following targeted acts of violence. And then later this afternoon, we'll shift and start looking into forensics. We have a couple panels lined up for you there. One looking at solving cases and addressing serial offending, and a second on lawfully owned DNA. So really the breadth and depth, I think the diverse portfolio of work that you've been able to engage in both yesterday and today really reflects what RTI's justice practice area is focused on. We have outlined, each year, we outlined a series of strategic priority areas where we really want to invest our intention and focus, engage with partners, many of you in the room, for example, and build out those networks, those relationships, lean in to try to learn more about what the problems are, what the challenges are that each of you are facing in your respective roles within your communities, and how we can develop science-based solutions to address those. So we know that each of you bring an important dimension to this conversation based on your lived experience, your the communities that you live in, the lives that you lead outside of your work and the work that you do. And so we really just want to invite you to be brave in your conversations today, to remember your why. You know, I think we all have a unique reason why we come to this work, why we get up every day, why we do what we do. And I hope that you can just tap into that inspiration today and find that intention around building out those conversations, listening, learning, reconnecting with people so that you leave this up, leave this convening feeling energized to go back to your communities and continue doing the work that you're doing. Before we launch into another inspiring day, I want to just a couple quick housekeeping rules. One for virtual attendees, if you can please just remember to put your comments and your questions in the chat. We will be giving voice to those during the question and answer portion of our panel discussions. And similarly, for those of you in the room, when you do have comments and questions, if you could just raise your hand or communicate with us. We're going to have a runner with a mic, bringing a microphone to you so that we can ensure our virtual attendees are able to hear your thoughtful questions and comments as well. At lunch today, we have a couple of exciting opportunities for you. One, we are going to be airing in this room a really special documentary that a team at RTI pulled together in conjunction with our partners in the Durham's new public safety response team within the Durham Community Safety Department. And that really looks at neighbors in crisis and deploying an alternative response model to ensure that people in the community are able to access the resources they need, to look at ways to reduce burden on law enforcement and just build out more appropriate responses for for crises within the community that don't necessarily require a law enforcement response. So please come and check that out if you haven't already, or even if you have. It's extremely inspiring and really well put together. Second, in the adjacent room on the other side of this screen, this wall rather, we'll be having a virtual reality demo looking at crime scene investigations. I haven't done it yet, but I plan to today. I'm hearing that it's actually quite interesting and a little bit challenging. So take some time to go over there today and play if you have the chance.